guys, Ken here. I wanted to try some day trading over lunch and share some of my tactics that I use in the super short term. And with this is Alibaba actually. I've been watching this for about 15 minutes. The stock's actually down on the day. You can see some of this pattern over here. There's a little bit of resistance, maybe about 154, 20, 40, something like that. It looks like there's a little move here. And lunchtime, you're really looking for a reversion to the mean. You're looking for trades that pull back to the average, and the stock's actually down for most of the things on my watch list up here. This one's down about a point, and it really shouldn't be going up much. And there was a little push right here, so I started the video because I didn't know how long I was going to wait, but I'm waiting for a big push, and this is like the market makers using a low time opportunity to accumulate stock for some buyer, but obviously the trend for the day is down. This is on the 1 minute chart, but he's going to push this price up, or this is what I expect, and I'm trying to catch the peak of it. But somewhere 154, between 154.0 and 20, he's going to push that price up there, hold it there for a few minutes, um, communicate to whoever he has this buy order for, hey, you bought so much stock at this much price. He's probably been buying it for, I don't know, an hour or two, but overall the sentiment is down. So what I want to do is catch that price at kind of an overbought scenario, and then give it some time to just come back down somewhere around the 153.78, 153, this level. But I'm just waiting for a bigger push. I would expect this kind of action, especially during lunch where there's low volume, to go above the last peak. You should really be able to give it a good jump, but sometimes these happen really quickly, especially when other people start to realize, oh my gosh, they're pushing this up and I've got a bunch of sellers. Like predominantly the stock's been sold today. So let's keep an eye on it here. Let's watch this price action, see if I can get a really good price. I have an order queued up to short 300 shares, but I'm really looking for at least 154.10, something like that. But today's been really low volume. There isn't a lot going on. I looked through most of my stocks, and some I had picked out from last night just based on activity and that kind of thing. So here's the move. It's starting to happen. This will wake people up. There's not, there's people away from their desks or whatever, and the sellers may not be totally alert. So I really would like to catch something like 154.20 even. So that'd be about 30, 35 cents from here. And this stock can definitely do it on the short term if there's not a lot going on and someone wants to move it around. So I'm kind of waiting to just keep my finger on the button. Let's see if they can do this in the next, say, 35 minutes. But really, this series is about sharing some of my day trading scalping strategies. But at the same time, if I weren't in a trade like this or getting ready to pull the trigger on this trade, I'd share some kind of medium to long-term analysis on some of these other stocks. We could look at charts, and I could look at the short term, the long term, that kind of thing, and just kind of give an outlook. And again, stock trading is risky. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. And none of this is a solicitation to buy or sell stocks. This is just how I do it. And if I were trading medium term or long term, some of the ideas that I might get in, but it's a really safe entry. I like these kind of entries. You're taking a short entry with the trend, but you're taking a short-term overbought situation. They're usually in the money within minutes. I mean, within 5 minutes. If I'm not in the money, then something's wrong, and it's probably going to go against me. So I'll show you how that goes too. Hopefully, we get a little entry here. I'd like to see a big push where they market and they communicate to whoever they're buying for, hey, you've bought so much, and they might even short some as a dealer or market maker, or whatever entity they are. They short some to this person who's buying. So they say, hey, I sold you 500,000 shares of Alibaba, and really they only accumulated maybe 200, 300,000 here, and they short the rest. And now it just ticked down again about 5 cents almost immediately. This may not get up to the price to where I want to short it, unfortunately. I'm really looking for something like that happened over here where you had like two extended bars, or something like this over here. This was great around 1040. This is a huge spike. I mean, that's just a great entry. It's so safe. You could ride that all day long. It was never out of the money. But let's see what we can do. I used to work for a large broker-dealer in the Southeast, and there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes right now. They're trying to figure out the average price they're gonna communicate to whoever they're buying for. They're getting ready to get him on the phone, and they push this up really quickly. And when they push it up higher and they give him an average price of, say, I don't know, 153.90, and say, "Hey, you bought 500,000 shares at 153.90." And when they call him, it's sitting at 154.20. The client's happy. Um, and they may hold it up there for a little while too. They start covering. Maybe they shorted some to that client, so they buy some back. So here's the action again. So this may be the run. So I'm going to get ready to hit the button here and see how far they can push it. But 154.20 should be easy. That'd be right around this other spot where it stopped. But maybe it's lunchtime. They can push past it. Maybe there's some runs on stops and it goes a little bit higher. But want to get a price somewhere up in there. So this looks good. I expect it to just blow through the 154 level. That's when it'll kind of gain some momentum because there's probably stops at that number. There it goes. So they peaked above. Let's see how fast this happens. 154.05. Really like to see 20 at least. This should be very doable. This is one of those trades that you could probably hold for the rest of the day if you do get a good price. I'm gonna keep this series really with lunchtime day trades. Is an idea of mine. One of my friends is on vacation, programming a spirit. You can check out her channel. She's a feature channel on my channel. But usually we hang out and talk during lunchtime and that kind of thing. And I thought I'd use these couple weeks to make a little extra money in the markets and just keep my skills sharp. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not a continuous thing. They're having trouble getting it up. Again, we saw this trade down to 153.50-ish for quite a while. So that's where I expect it to drop back down. Here we go. Let's see if they get it here. Looking for a big candle, something a little bit abnormal. I know it's the resolution on my screen doesn't show well, but it would be like these. It would be at least a 20-cent candle, which would be over the 154 mark. Futures have come way off. This is definitely the thing to short because it's down on the day. We just need a good price. Futures have come off 3 points. Microsoft is lower. Citigroup is lower. Should almost pull the trigger here, but I feel like there's some kind of weird buyer holding this up, and I want that last price print. See how it keeps popping back up, and the market's off, and even the up stocks have come off. This has come up 20 cents. There we go. See it again. Big push. We've got 300 shares queued up. Here we go. Come on. There we go. They're going to push it through. Or they should push it through the round number at least. I expect that because they were there before. And they got through over here before. So there's no volume out there in the market right now. We're going to have to take this trade. This is a really good trade considering how the futures came off a little bit. I just want to get the best price possible. There we go. 95. One more candle. One more up candle. As high as you can go. It would actually be in this candle. So in the next minute or so, I really want to hit the button here. See if they can continue to push it up. There we go. Good, good, good. Break through the level. Good. Let's see if there's some orders up there to push this even higher where they hit some stop losses and it just carries it up. Good. This is where it stalled out before. Good. Come on, a little bit more. They're keeping it above that figure. Good, 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 good. There, that's a good price. I'm going to short it here. I got short at 154.08. So let's see how I do. Hopefully I don't get crushed. It's a little bit shy of perfection. I was hoping for 154.20. I'm gonna queue up my order to cover. Let's see how long I stay out of the money. That's usually how I gauge it. In the first 5 to 7 minutes, I expect to be in the money. Otherwise, I look for opportunities to cover. But this thing could easily trade down, 40, 50 cents from here. We saw it at 55, so that was 58 cents ago. Unfortunately, it's holding. Maybe I didn't get that great a price. It's still holding up there, but the market's lower. We'll give it a few minutes. They're not going to let it tank instantly because they called someone to tell them they bought some stock, is how I figure it. There we go. So now I'm definitely in the money, 5 cents or so. And now it's coming off. It's all over the place. I just saw the quote jump crazy. But anyways, so I'm short at '08 and it's going higher. Maybe I sell short another 100 shares up here. So that would be 400 shares. Yeah, so there are a few extra pennies in there. They keep pushing it. The market's off, though, significantly. There it comes. Maybe that was it. Well, there, it's back down now. So I got my buy to cover queued up. It's about flat. We'll give it a little time. So yeah, there was an extra 6 cents or something in the entry. You're never going to get it that perfect. This should create a right back down to 80 at least. 78, 80 pretty quickly. That'd be 28 cents, 75 bucks minus commissions. I do pay 4.95 a trade. So here it's coming off now. Futures are definitely off. This is a really good entry. But I'll cover it. I'll take the 28 cents or whatever. It'd be about 75 bucks if I can get it somewhere around 80. Yeah, futures have come off significantly. This really shouldn't go too much higher. There we go. Yeah, I'm getting pressured a little bit here. It's not coming off. Give it another couple minutes. But yeah, generally within, I don't know, 5 to 7 minutes, I like to see my trades in the money, or I look for an opportunity to get out. With this, if I can grab 3 cents out of it, I flat the trade after commissions. It's really not raging. I don't expect it to, but you never know. You're not always right. Now it's going quite a bit higher. And now I'm at about 10 cents, which is about 30 bucks. So there's the 14, 154.20 spot that I would have loved to get that price. That's a great price. So now push significantly higher, even with the market higher. Yeah, if I could have been patient, I would. I with the way the futures came off and that kind of thing, I just didn't see this going that high. So I wanted to catch it where we did, which I thought was a pretty decent price. We're only 10 cents out of the money even right now. But let's give it a candle or two. If it's back to the '08 realm, then we'll see how it acts. But yeah, it's not an exact game. That's a good price. It's a much better price than mine, and that's what I hoped for. But I just didn't think it was going to get there. So it's coming back in pretty quickly. So it might take a little bit longer to get out of the trade or flat it or whatever, but because it has this little move, but the market's off significantly. Maybe this can be held for the rest of the day down to the 153.50 level where it was before. Um, Once the buyers stop, whoever this is that did this at lunchtime, and they just let it kind of crater for the rest of the day. But I really wanted to be out of these making lunchtime trades. It took us a long time to get that execution, though. And it's going higher. So I'm at about 25 cents right now, which is what I kind of expected to make on this. I'll give it a little bit more room, but I'm not going to let it go to say 154.60 or anything like that. That's just crazy. That just means I was wrong. But it just shows you the range. This is traded up 80 cents from this weakness down here when it was acting really weak and the overall market was higher. So it's a little worrisome. I definitely need to get out of this trade, pick a spot relatively soon because it's gone a lot farther than I expected, which means my analysis was wrong or I just don't have insight to everything. So let's see how fast it comes in when it does do a pullback. But yeah, it's a little concerning because of the S&Ps and stuff. It's just plowing upward. But what are you going to do? It was one of the only things down on my. There we go. So it looks like it hit it order, bounced right off that 154 level, and let's look to get out the best we can the next 5-10 minutes. Yeah, so they're up in this realm, which is actually I would treat this as resistance. So it just made almost a point move from the bottom, not from our entry, but down here. And there's nothing going on in the overall market. The S&Ps are lower, so it's pretty tricky. I just wouldn't have seen this coming. It's almost flat on the day. Well, it's way past lunchtime. I'll keep an eye on the trade. I'll let you know how it turns out. But I'm going to stop the broadcast from here. I'll do some editing and that kind of thing for future viewing, and we'll see how it goes. But thanks for watching.